This is Moses and the Burning Bush, Part 1. Unexpected Call. It's one of those classic stories that we all know, at least we think we do. A shepherd named Moses is hanging out with his sheep when God calls him to lead his people out of slavery in Egypt. But what if we heard this story from Moses' point of view? Okay, so picture this. You are Moses, hanging out with your sheep, minding your own business, watching them eat. It's really boring, so you start to yawn. Then something flickers in the corner of your eye. You do a double take. There's a bush over there. It's on fire, but it's not burning up. You're like, that's weird. And you walk over to check it out because you're a shepherd and you've never seen anything like this before. You're like, that's not how fire works. Then you hear a powerful, kind voice say your name. It's coming from the bush. And you look around like, who said that? And the voice says, Moses, take off your shoes. You're standing on holy ground. Oh, you do. You kick off your sandals and you're left standing there barefoot? Like, that's pretty intense. And then the voice says, I have seen the suffering of my people. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring them out. Your new mission, should you choose to accept it, is to go to Egypt and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You're calling me God? You're calling me to go to Egypt? But I'm just a lowly shepherd. I can't do that. I don't even know where the next meal is coming from, let alone how to get out of this country. But God's like, don't worry, I got you. I'll be with you. And you look down at your simple shepherd staff and then back to the horizon where the road to Egypt lies. And you're like, okay, I guess I'm doing this thing now. So this is part 1 of our series, Moses and the Burning Bush, based on the book of Exodus. Now, we've told this story a million times. So what's new here? We're doing something different. We're telling this story through the lens of one of the main characters, Moses following him, as he goes about his day, tending his sheep when suddenly and unexpectedly God interrupts his life and calls him to an extraordinary adventure. See, this is how God works. He doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. This is the first of many times that God calls someone to do something crazy and hard, like leaving everything behind, going to a foreign country, facing an oppressive empire, and confronting the most powerful man in the world. Moses' initial response is a resounding, I can't. But God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. We're going to follow Moses as he wrestles with doubt, fear, and unbelief, because honestly, who can blame him? He's just a stutterer. He's just a simple shepherd. How can God use him? Because God specializes in taking the weak and the foolish things of this world and using them to accomplish his purposes. Don't miss the next episode of Moses and the Burning Bush, Part 2, The Staff. It drops this Friday.